Thank you so much for your compliment. I really appreciate that. And I can definitely speak more to this. I believe a lot of the response to KC has to do with the societal silencing of young Black boys. And it's hard for me not to get emotional just because I just think about the Black men in my life and how so many of them have been victims to this. And I looked it up and it says here the silencing of young Black boys refers to the systemic and social forces that invalidate their voices, suppress their emotions, and deny their innocence. This phenomenon deeply impacts youth development, manifesting through multiple interconnected challenges. And the mechanics of silencing are the adultification bias. Research shows that adults often view Black boys as older or less innocent than their white peers, leading to their natural childhood play, becoming incorrectly perceived as dangerous or violent. Hypersurveillance, constant scrutiny in education or community settings forces many young boys to suppress natural inquisitiveness, often resulting in premature intellectual expulsion and marginalization. And then toxic masculinity and stigmas. The societal pressure to embody the strong Black man conditions boys to hide sadness behind anger, grief behind silence, and trauma behind a facade of toughness. I just think about, especially a community setting, right, where Casey was like just attempting to speak his truth, and every time he would talk, like people would speak over him. And I think it's even sadder that the most intense interactions he had in the villa were with Black women. And I also think about my own contributions to this silencing, seeing this laid out in this way. It just hammers home how intentional this programming is for Black men. And considering that so many Black women are at the forefront of the discourse around KC, I don't feel like we notice how we are actively contributing to the same programming. As much as Black women want our Black men to be honest and upfront and real with us and to express themselves fully, I can only imagine how difficult it is when that expression is met with hypercriticism because it isn't said with a certain tone, because there's emotion behind it. We then hear what's being said through our own filters of our emotional reactions and our emotional dysregulation and the history of misogynoir that we've experienced on a societal and global level. And although we are rightfully expressing the frustration and sadness and anger that we carry, we are not noticing that in the same breath, we're perpetuating the system that not only hurts Black men, but also by default hurts us too. And it's not about coddling men's emotions or giving them free rein to say whatever they want without reproach. It's not the point at all. But more so creating a safe space for all expression to be honored and valued and respected without it being over policed or overcorrected. And as a Black woman, I know what it feels like because that also happens to us. This shift begins when both Black men and Black women build healthy communication skills, especially in community with each other. And the only way to get closer to that outcome is when both parties are willing to make it happen.